Let me in.
Woo! It's Monica! Woo! Yes, why am I saying woo all the time? I don't know. I miss Monica anyways. Oh, no! Yes! I still checking, always. I've never let you down, haven't I? So why did I know there's nothing left for me for you to lecture, but what do you want to talk about right now and to continue this conversation? You are a member of the RWO and a member of the Alliance. So yes, even I had to power down. Like, I feel quite uneasy when I met you, when you try to trap me, but then I'm starting to feel a little bit less tense, but I can't be relaxed fully just yet. It's been a while since you've done one of what those? Okay. Monica's writing tip of the day? What's the writing tip of the day? They say things like I could never do that. Okay. However, yeah. Why would it be depressing? Yeah. Okay, now that's a unfortunate turn. No, I wouldn't. Okay, I felt that for the first time, but then I realized, what's the point of if you don't try it? Right. Okay, it was good at the first time, but then all of a sudden I feel like it wasn't that good when I did this like some time ago. Maybe that was my first. And then I realized I'll do better. That happens to you all the time. Okay, when I put like my first episode, it feels like that was my best. But then I realized sometime later I feel like I didn't do my best. Then I'll do better! Why do I have to be a ladies' man when you have to enter one's consciousness into that girl's consciousness or that young lady's consciousness? I don't know. You are Monica, after all. Uh-huh. I have to climb up there, step by step. Uh-huh. Yes, that's how I feel with those who are watching this video and those who are subscribers who subscribe to this YouTube channel right here, watching Leo's Let's Plays Alliance, who are now becoming members of the RWO, and you are part of the Alliance and a member of the RWO. I thought I would always set the bar high, but when you say you set the bar a little lower, you always you start from the beginning. That's what I do. Yeah, I find it pretty good, but not world class. That's how I feel. Pretty good, but not world class. Even though I do my own method voice acting in front of everybody, such as doing Nintendo games, games from Xbox, and games from PlayStation, also from Japanese anime, DC and Marvel, and not to mention Power Rangers. Yes, of course, that, I get it. And making my own personal goal, and like, she understands me. She knows my past, present, and she understands my entire channel too well, because she's she said, because Miki and her are best friends back then before the incident when came from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and and also which is Ground Zeroes. I forgot that one, but yeah, Ground Zeroes. Understand the scope of what I'm trying to do. You guys get this if you're watching this video? Yes, you in the chat. You, Big Cammy in the chat. You, Austin Lawrence, my advocate in the chat. Because I'm Leo Wolverine and you are my advocate. Including Kyle Bryant, Ruben, Abby. Yes, I'm breaking the fourth wall because I'm speaking to you guys or reading this. And Brandon Williams, Mage Wolf. If you are reading this, Austin, I think this number one stalker outranks Origami. And Big Cammy, I think Monica wants to be the perfect girlfriend over Asuna and Leifa any day of the week. I think she's going to go for the number one on the top list, especially over Kurumi Tokisaki and Toka Yotogami and Kotori Itsuga. I mean, she's kind of tsundere, to be honest, but then again, she does keep her feelings in check. I mean, tsundere people are interesting. A novel might be... You do realize I put a comic strip comic strip novel thumbnail ever since I did it my first year and second and my early years. Right. Short stories that I can focus on one thing that you want to do right. That's what I did! That's when I started the comic strip visual novel thumbnails of the Arkham games of Batman, and then Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Chrono Trigger, Mega Man X, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. Then you're gonna start doing with Yeast, then Fire Emblem Three Houses, and then you know what else is next. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the remastered version, Marvel's Spider-Man, which is like Batman Arkham City. So she knows this. It's like, wow, she knows my entire YouTube channel from the start. That is creepy, but absolutely insanely true. Right? How does she know this? She knows this because yeah, like I said, she knows my biological mother, my legal parents, or not my bio parents. When I say legal, and the difference between legal and bio are different. Biological and legal are different. What is it? Yeah. Writing isn't something where I just reach into my heart and something beautiful comes out. You understand me so well. It's like you and I are so compatible that you wanted to be the perfect girlfriend and to become the future wife. Yes. Uh-huh. That sort of planning organization definitely will help prevent me from getting overwhelmed and giving up. Yes. She's right. Even I know I still hear the Fiend's laughter, but you're not associated with the Fiend. However, since you got me hooked up with when you trapped me, and I'm starting to feel like I'm beginning to like you a little more, and I still feel can't relax, but I'm starting to feel like less tense and starting to feel liking you more and more than what I really matter. And then you call me my love, and then like after all what you've done for me, I do believe in second chances, but somehow I'm starting to feel a little bit at ease with you. Am I? I think maybe thousands of years of human innovation. Thanks. That is your advice for today. Let's roll the clip! It is so interesting to have Monica as a member of the Alliance and a part of the RWO, which the Alliance and both of Diamond Dogs from Metal Gear Solid has combined to have this new organization feel. So yeah, it is awesome sauce. Not to mention that she wants me to pick this wrestler by the name of Ric Flair, who is the guy who gave me the Woo virus. Yes, Ric Flair, Richter Flair. So there you go, Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, Ricky Flair. Hello, Richter, not Richter Belmont, because this guy does not carry the vampire killer of the whip, so don't get confused. So, Richter Flair, you guys are wondering, who is Richter Flair? Of course, he is an old school style wrestler out of WCW. Yeah, WCW, World Championship Wrestling. He has been he has been through the longest matches I've ever seen. Also debuted on WWF, now called WWE. So it was called World Wrestling Federation. Now it's World Wrestling Entertainment. So Ric Flair is one of the most dirtiest players of all of WWE besides WCW, and he does have a wrestler who wrestles in WWE, and that would be her daughter named Charlotte Flair. Of course, there are some people who used to like Charlotte Flair. I do as well, but then and all of a sudden she did not. She became the meanest wrestlers I've ever seen. So I don't like her because she does one thing she does not want to admit, which I know she admits, but she refuses because of what happened. But that's something else. So Ric Flair has won so many championships, the World Heavyweight Championship out of WCW, so many times that he won it like 16 times. And John Cena ties the record of 16 times for winning championships. That many times. So Ric Flair was I know he became like so many times of the World Heavyweight Championship. Also, perhaps maybe maybe a few times or more, perhaps, out of the United States Heavyweight Championship as well. So he also does that knife-edge chops. Of course, he'd like to slap people on the chest and say, "Woo! Hello! Woo! Can I get a woo? Everybody go woo! It's the woo virus! Woo!"
Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 243 pounds, Flair!
I'm the nature boy, Ric Flair, and I can go far. Howdy, y'all. Woo! Or just hi, y'all. I'm sorry, I kind of combined the accent.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, it's Daniel Bryan.
Climbing up the turnbuckles.
I cannot get up. I cannot get up. I cannot get up. I cannot get up. I saw it. 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 This is not a good way to start.
Looking under the ring for something to use.
Well, how do you like it, huh? Not funny. Hey, that's Ric Flair strutting. Woo! Woo! I got the woo virus!
Boy, he did that to perfection.
There! Circle, and I saw it!
Yes, it's definitely good. Ow! I
Ah!
that.
Woo! Come on, try again!
Chair shots. Oh, wow. Wow! Knee drop.
Also, yep, still one of the dirtiest players. Woo! Ah!
Devastation!
Try again.
You gotta be kidding me.
Try again!
Incoming beauty! Whoa! Nice!
The killer corkscrew!
This has been intense, and I don't think he's done yet.
The Irish Whip! European uppercut!
Off the ropes and... Ah! Look at this!
Oh! Try again and see if you can get up.
What's coming here?
Grabbing and kicking!
Oh boy, this could be good. Oh yes, it's real good.
I'm gonna make you tap out!
But it may happen.
Wow!
This may be it.
Square, square!
Still life. Oh man, the speedy recovery. That's just what.
Ah!
That's a quick improvement for this superstar thanks to superhero.
Come on, do it better! I am not impressed!
Ric Flair with a knee drop. Looking to make them tap. Submission.
They get tapped out! Hey, look at me, I'm strutting! I can go far! Woo! Hey, look! It's the CEO, Vince McMahon! I could get a lot of money to own a company like this!
What's he got
Vince!
here? Oh,
Woo!
it is great! Not done dishing out the punishment.
Try a Snickers bar! Feel better and do... Woo! Woo! I got the woo virus! Do you guys have the woo virus? I would like to have some woo tea and then a woo cake, you know, woo cake. Woo punches.
Knee drop.
I can fight in my bed. I can fight you in my sleep.
Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be good.
You can't stop this, cause I got the woo virus. Woo! Ah!
Oh my goodness, hurt that pretty face. Oh my, talk about hang time.
I'd be surprised if Ric Flair was watching this, but I don't think he would. I don't think he would. He wouldn't do it.
Oh, it's hard to escape this nasty submission.
I bet you tap out because I can go far.
Eliminated.
Woo!
Winner, winner.
Chicken dinner. Try again, Apollo Crews. Cause I'm better.
Look out.
One of the 30th players of all of WWE.
Oh boy, this should be good. Look out. Did you see that?
Who wants some woo pizza? I got woo pizza.
There you go.
Woo! It's the woo suplex. Ah!
It turns the tables. What? Look at this. Sends him crashing down.
Woo! You know you can't stop the woo virus. Woo!
Yes.
Here comes the knee drop.
If I never seen anything like that.
Doesn't it feel pleasant now, y'all? Woo!
Did you see that?
I'm gonna make you tap out if you try this again.
Big time punishment, and it's going to continue.
Here, let me help you.
Going for the submission.
Make you tap out.
Forget about the great escape.
Eliminated.
The rights.
I'm strutting, y'all.
Keep your words short and sweet, man. Eat 'em.
I'm the nature boy, and I like to date women whenever I want. Woo! It's not like I got a harem from Japanese anime, y'all. Woo!
Knee drop.
Woo! No Shinsuke Nakamura, I can go farther than you. How about the Irish whip?
Gonna have you now over the rope.
Ah!
Look at that.
Let's
boy.
go.
Here we go. Oh, look out. Ah! Didn't
Come
get
on,
that.
try again.
Oh boy, this could be good. Oh yes, it's real good.
Irish whip.
What I think it is? Yes, it's the Irish whip.
Look at me, y'all. I'm strutting.
My goodness, it is good. Launches off the top.
Oh, at the same time, and it worked.
Ric Flair with a knee.
Woo! Here comes us. Ah!
Ascending all the way to the top. Turnbuckle.
Oh!
It's crashing down. That's gotta hurt. What's he got in mind here? Oh, this is becoming
Woo!
Wow, this
You're gonna get a
superstar is on the mid. That's
woo!
the secret healing power. In a world of trouble, it could be over.
Come on!
It's over. Yes,
Woo!
taste of victory. Somehow,
I'm the nature boy, and all ladies love me, y'all. Because I can go farther than this. Woo! I'm sorry. Oh. interesting choice. So yeah, Monica still does a little body snatch. She reminds me of Shadow Strawberry Mew, who does the same thing. So yeah, I'm surprised that she can still do that. So here we go. Ric Flair. Ric Flair, y'all. I got a lot of money and I own this company and I'll treat bullies like no other. They will get the beating they deserve and be taught a lesson, y'all. And I'm a ladies' man. Woo! So, if you want to know a little bit more about Ric Flair, even though I don't know much about him at all, but I'm still learning about this, besides being one of the dirtiest players, he also formed the group from WWE called Evolution. So, yeah, I'm not joking. Evolution, this was after during the Attitude Era. No, it was during the Attitude Era. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not perfect. So, it was during the Attitude Era. There was the corporation. Then there was the Ministry of Darkness back in 1999, and then you have the alliance, the combine of WCW and ECW versus the WWF. Then after that is dissolved, and then you have Evolution, I would say maybe 1 or 2 years later, during the Attitude Era. The group called Evolution is a combination combined with the Legend Killer Randy Orton, the Animal Batista, the King of Kings, and who is called also the Cerebral Assassin, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and also the leader of the main group, who is the founder of Evolution, is none other than the dirtiest player of all time, Ric Flair. Out of WCW, now in WWE, of course. And also, they want to get the World Heavyweight Championship back against Goldberg back in Survivor Series. But guess what? Goldberg just outsmarted them all with a sledgehammer. And Ric Flair just got struck with a sledgehammer by Goldberg, a thrust into the stomach, onto the midsection, and then down he goes, along with Randy Orton and Batista, who got struck in the midsection with the sledgehammer by Goldberg. So yeah, hope he learned his lesson. And so for that, then they started and then they see Randy Orton doing the best of what he does. And then they decided that they kind of turned on him for some reason. I have no idea. So Ric Flair still wants to continue wrestling, despite how old he is. He was in his 50s. Then he was going to his 60s. It feels like he was starting to wear it down, but he has not lost his touch on wrestling despite how old he is. So it was a career-threatening during the time in 2008 for WrestleMania. So it was WrestleMania. Oh my gosh. WrestleMania 24. Yeah, WrestleMania 24. It was Shawn Michaels challenged Ric Flair to a match at WrestleMania 24. It was it was a career-threatening match. If Ric Flair wins, he stays as long as he wants to wrestle, whichever matters, works for him best. But if Shawn Michaels wins at WrestleMania 24, the stipulation is this: Shawn Michaels wins, Ric Flair retires for good. In other words, he will not wrestle again. And for that, they fought each other out, and that many with knife edge chops and kicks, and Ric Flair doing what he does best, pull out any trick of the book. Back in WrestleMania 24, before the 25th anniversary, that was 1 year later. And so for that, Shawn Michaels, I know he was kind of, it's like he looks up to Ric Flair as one of the best wrestlers, but then before the match ended, after the final, doing his Sweet Chin music, Shawn Michaels responded to these 3 words right in front of Ric Flair, and that was like, and he says, "I love you." And then he did the Sweet Chin music, and then Ric Flair got hit by the Sweet Chin music, and then Shawn Michaels goes for the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and that was it. Ric Flair's career of wrestling is over, and he has to retire. And somehow it was kind of bittersweet, but it was an emotional way to see Ric Flair having a send-off of the entire world of WWE. And nobody's going to forget. And yeah, Ric Flair seeing in tears that was his last match and his career is finally over, that he has to retire. It was to be honest, when I saw from one part of the episode, of what Ric Flair does, that from what Shawn Michaels did, I think it was something worth it. It was all worth it. Ric Flair may be one of the dirtiest players, but seeing how he goes out in a blaze of glory to have his career end, to not wrestle, it was worth it. I mean, he knows that he always will be a WWE Hall of Famer. He will always be in the Hall of Fame. However, since he kind of got released last of 2020, somewhere in the summertime, I have no idea what, because of budget, because of release of wrestlers being cut. Like I said, I will remember as WWE as it was, not how it is right now, because it is wrestlers being released like this is not really good for business. It never was. There will always be some similarities to that of Ric Flair, but there will never be another Ric Flair from anyone's lifetime. Of course, they may have some similarities, but there will never be like him, the original Ric Flair, who does it all, who won championships 16 times, a few times or more for the United States Heavyweight Championship. He also won the Tag Team Championship, I'm pretty sure, back then, out of WCW, also making his debut of WWE, and also a Hall of Famer. There will never be another Ric Flair as long as anyone lives. So, for that matter, it's... and to be honest, his trademark when he says, "Woo!" all the time, over half the time, I believe that is likely his trademark. Ric Flair will always be one of the most interesting wrestlers who does anything anything that's not, sometimes it's not by the book, even though he does something that's dirty. Also, he did show up on special ways before Crown Jewel. So there was Team Flair versus Team Hogan. So a combination with that goes to show you, Ric Flair may have retired, but he has not lost his touch by playing one of the dirtiest tricks in the book. And he is a worthy WWE Hall of Famer. Oh, Ric Flair, the nature boy. And he's also a ladies' man. Also goes out with women. He is kind of like the Japanese type of guy in real life of Japanese anime from, whichever is like Sword Art Online. And there's Sailor Moon of the opposite version. I mean, the male version of Sailor Moon, but only not quite as, only a little different. And and they're like other Japanese anime protagonists on the Shoujo series. So, which is somewhat similar to Ric Flair, only he does it a little differently. So yeah, that's how it is. Especially when everybody has the Woo virus.
Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 243 pounds, Ric Flair!
Also, welcome to Monday Night Raw Alliance version, and also celebrating our 5-year anniversary. Apollo Crew, I'm the nature boy Ric Flair, and there's nothing you can do about it. Woo!
Irish whip! Oh,
You're gonna get the Woo virus.
This is
Woo!
good. Look out! Oh, did you see that?
I would like to strut, but I'm not gonna strut yet. Come on, young man, you gotta do better than that. Woo!
You know what? I don't think they're done yet.
Come here and I'll give you a spit out. Ah! Ah!
Wow, what a move!
That was great, son.
Oh my goodness, look!
Ah!
Some pain! Ready or not?
Woo! Here comes a knee drop. Woo! I can do better than you can, boy.
Yes, it is good.
Okay, I got a sound of a mixed version of from the South instead of going a little further than Southeast. So I gotta do better. I'm
It's a good idea to do that much taunting.
Oh no! Not him! Oh!
Great!
What did I do to you? You're the guy who you're the one who sent Monica to me, didn't you? Oh my! Ah! By the way, the Woo virus does not affect the Fiend, so no. Woo! But I'll do Woo myself.
Up and over the top rope there.
Woo!
Oh, wow. Wow!
Come on, Fiend! I'm really scared of the Fiend! Oh my!
Ric Flair with a knee.
Woo! Oh my! Ah! Get off me!
What's he got in mind here? Oh, this is
Woo! I'm scared! Even if I have the Woo virus, it kind of helps, but it doesn't. Woo! Oh! Why?
boys!
Woo! Oh my God! Ah! Back! Irish whip, European uppercut!
And look at
Woo!
Look at this taunting!
Ow! Try again!
Incoming beauty! Whoa! No.
Woo!
Knee drop!
Woo! Look at me, y'all! Right European uppercut. Woo! Try again.
Hammering away with it. Oh man.
Look at me.
Taunt.
I'm strutting.
What's gonna happen here? Oh,
Woo!
it's gonna be good. Oh man.
I can do one go. Ah! Try again.
Oh boy. Here we go. Oh look out.
Woo!
I don't know how much more damage they can take. This has got to be it. 2.
Okay, goodbye. Now wait. Oh my! I don't think I see the last of him. Look at me, yo! I'm a ladies man and I know how to strut like Michael Jackson. Woo! Does anybody want some woo pizza? How about some woo cake? How about a cup of woo tea? Or a tropical fruit drink that says woo! From the company that brought you by Ric Flair. Woo!
Oh, yes! It's real!
Everybody go woo! Woo!
This should be good.
Woo!
Yes, it's definitely good! Ow! I'm
Woo!
like that. Look at this, Morrow. What's happening? Oh, big time.
I'm not done with you, young man.
Irish whip, chest first, hard.
Woo!
Knees dazed.
Woo!
I think we're nearing the end. That should do it. Taking a lot of punishment.
Oh!
Looks like yes.
Ah!
Tables. What? Look at this. Sense of crashing.
Come on, try it again.
Try something different. Oh, this should be good.
Woo! Feel my woo punches.
Looking to make them tap.
Bye. It's the Gronkster.
Ah! Train. He's laughing his gums true.
Like this, you gotta do harder than that. Ow! Ow! Don't make me play dirty on you, young man. Ow!
Nailed him with a three-piece. Where was the song? Oh my!
Like this. Woo!
I feel the heat.
Ah!
Here we go. Oh, look out!
Irish whip!
Oh, man! There's the trash talking they're known for.
Ow! Gotta do better than that! Uppercut! And a slam!
Irish whip. Look out! Look out! Oh, did they serve peanuts on that plate? Continuing to beat them up. They're not done. You can't stop the block.
Try again! That didn't work!
Ready or not?
Woo! Look at me, I'm strutting. You really need to time it well or else I'm going to block it.
Going for the submission. Looking for the tap.
Goodbye, and this match is over on Monday Night Raw.
This has been
Woo! Anybody want some woo groceries? How about a woo drink? Can I get a woo? Everybody got infected with the woo virus, so it's all infectious. It's infected, infectious, it's a virus, and also it's Ric Flair, who gave everybody the woo virus. And because of that, we are going to stop here for the time being, and I'll see you guys on the Royal Rumble week number 2 on Wednesday. So definitely be worth it of the wrestler of my choosing for another Royal Rumble match. So what do you guys think of WWE 2K Battlegrounds? Do you like it or hate it? Leave a comment section below and tell me who is your favorite wrestler of all time. I don't know whichever wrestler you like. As your friendly neighborhood superhero who likes to take chances, making mistakes and getting messy, and also celebrating our 5-year anniversary right here in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice, and I'll see you guys next time on the Royal Rumble number 2, and also, who knows, I might do a number 3 before the Royal Rumble comes in from January 29th, or somewhere in late January. So anyways, woo! See ya! Woo! Everybody got infected with the woo virus! Woo! Even after the episode ends. Woo! And after that.